Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online, and of course it is a DLC week, so things are going to be a little bit light when it comes to the weekly update content for the remainder of this week. Now of course, before we get into anything further, we have to talk about the car that is sitting here right behind me, and this is of course the Vapid FMJ based on the Ford GT. This thing is discounted this week. It is one of only 2 discounts going on in all of Grand Theft Auto Online this week. Obviously, Rockstar has a huge focus on the new DLC, so yeah, like I said, things are going to be a little bit light. The Vapid FMJ is a supercar though. It doesn't have much in the way of customization, which is pretty unfortunate, but overall it is a pretty good looking vehicle, and I think it is a pretty cool one. It's definitely one that I would recommend, and of course it is a removed vehicle as well, so it puts a little bit more pressure on getting it this week if you guys are interested in it. But of course, before we get into anything else, we got to talk about how to make some money this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now we only have 2 money bonuses in the entire game this week, and those are going to be on the cross the line adversary mode, as well as select community series jobs like Trophy City 2 hashtag. So that's double money and double RP as well. And unfortunately, that is it. There's nothing else on bonus money this week, which is kind of unfortunate. And like I said, we don't really have many discounts. And of course, we do have some new content in the game this week, and one of those things is going to be the new bail enforcement business. It is a relatively okay business to have. With it, you can choose the styling of it, and you can also purchase agents, which you can send out to do bounty hunting work on your behalf. And they will come back after about 48 minutes and give you an amount of money into your safe that is contained within the bottom dollar bail enforcement business. You can also put a personal quarters in it, so you can spawn there, as well as a gun locker, and you can put armor plating on the bottom dollar bail enforcement van, which will allow it to take, I believe, 5 homing missiles, if I'm not mistaken. Not really super worth upgrading this, in my opinion. Not really worth it to get the gun locker either. The personal quarters, though, is kind of good, and the agents are kind of okay. If you plan to play GTA Online for a long time, they will pay themselves off eventually, as long as you're active in the bail enforcement business. Of course, over here on Legendary Motorsport, we do have a bunch of new vehicles as well. We have the Invitero Coquette D1, the Annis Urus X32, the Ubermacht Niobe, the Enos Paragon S, as well as the Balakan and Visage. Then heading over to Warstock, we have 3 new police cars, the Bravado Greenwood Cruiser, the Dorado Cruiser, and the Impaler SZ Cruiser as well. All of them are really, really, really expensive. The Dorado goes for just over $5 million, by the way, if you don't have the trade price unlocked. So keep that in mind. These are really overpriced. I can't necessarily super recommend them. If you really want to get a recommendation as to what cars to buy and what to avoid, go check out that very video. It will be linked in the description down below of this video. So make sure to check that out if you want to know what cars are good and what cars are not so good. And we also have the Declasse Yosemite 1500. I should mention that as well. For just over $1.2 million on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. Alright, so that's kind of all we can look at on the websites. It's time to head to the casino and head to the car meet and do all the other various things we do every week. So let's get into it. Within the casino this week, guys, we have the Declasse Tulip M100 on the podium. If you guys want to win this thing, I mean, show up every day and try to win it for sure. Not the greatest car ever, not my favorite car of all time. I think it goes for about $1.5 million, which is a relatively fair price for the vehicle. It's not the greatest performer though, but yeah, I would still come and try to win it if you can. Within the LS car meet, we have a slightly better vehicle up for grabs, and of course it is the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, and in order to win this thing this week, you are going to have to place top 1 for 2 days in a row. So if you have a friend, you guys can win trade back and forth to get this thing. It goes for $745,000, and it's got a lot of customization, and overall it is a really, really fun car to have. This is definitely one that I would try to win this week because the challenge is relatively easy. Now within the LS car meet, we have 3 removed vehicles up for grabs this week. Like I said right at the start of the video, we do have the Vapid FMJ, and it is discounted, going for $1,225,000 this week. I believe it regularly goes for $1,775,000, so a relatively good discount on it. And then of course we also have the Vapid Peyote Gasser here in the middle. It's got a bit of interesting customization. It's pretty good in a straight line, however in the corners it's not very great. It is definitely built to be a drag racing car though. And then of course we do have the Dinka Jester race car. This thing's really cool and it does have quite a bit of customization, and the performance is pretty good as well, despite the fact that it is very old. It of course goes for $350,000. The Vapid Peyote Gasser is going for $805,000. Out of the three, I would definitely say to pick up the FMJ as well as the Dinka Jester race car. I don't think that the Gasser is going to be worth it for most people though. Unless you're really into it, then obviously don't listen to me and pick it up. Within Simeon's dealership, we have some pretty cool vehicles. Starting off, we have the brand new Enos Paragon S available within Simeon's, which is kind of annoying because it's a brand new car and we can get it on the websites obviously, so I would have rather seen a removed vehicle sitting here, but of course whatever, it is what it is. We also have the Inventero Coquette Blackfin available this week within Simeon's dealership. This is a removed vehicle, I do believe, and it is actually discounted this week as well, going for $486,500, which is not a bad price, all things considered. It is a really cool car. It sounds absolutely awesome as well, so definitely something that I would look into if you guys are interested. Next up, of course, we have the Lampadati Furore GT. This is another removed vehicle, and it's pretty cool. It goes for $440,000 if my memory serves me correctly. $448, so a little tiny bit more expensive than I thought. Unfortunately, no customization on it, so for most people it's probably not going to be one that you're going to really want to get. For me personally, I actually love this car, but I can't necessarily recommend it due to the lack of customization, and the performance isn't that awesome either. Then of course we do have the Enos Cognoscenti Cabrio available as well, which I can't remember the last time this was added into the game, and it is of course available, which is pretty cool. It goes for 185 grand, I want to say. Yeah, that's right. And it is a convertible, which is pretty cool. It does have a little bit in the way of customization, but it is one ugly car, to be completely honest. And the rear end of it, which is what you're going to see the entire time when you're driving it, it's not pretty. It's not a good looking car, but if you guys are interested, it is available this week. And then last but not least, we have the Pegassi Fagio Sport. I can't even really say if it's good or not. It's kind of a meme. If you want it, buy it, I guess. Luxury Autos is a bit of a joke as usual. Now we of course do have a new DLC out, so they've decided to put the newest DLC cars in Luxury Autos. I don't know when we started just being so lazy and putting the cars from the latest DLC in here and nothing more. But I think it needs to change. This has been going on for a very long time, and I think it's gone on for too long. So Rockstar, if you're listening, could we please change this and start getting some cool vehicles in Luxury Autos again? Please. Within the Chop Shop this week, these are the vehicles that are available to be stolen: the Dinka Kanjo SJ, the DeClassy Drift Yosemite, as well as the Lampadati Corsita. All three of these are okay to steal. I would definitely go for the Corsita though, for sure. So unfortunately, that's pretty much it for the update week, guys. We do have the time trials to go over, of course, so let's go ahead and take care of that right now. Your RC Bandito time trial for today is Little Seoul Park. Your Junk Energy time trial is El Barro Heights. I almost feel like this might be a new Junk Energy time trial. Am I tripping, or is this maybe new? I don't know for sure, but I feel like I don't recognize it. And we also have Stab City as your regular time trial. And then for your HSW time trial, it is the Del Perro Pier one that starts right here. Anyway, guys, that has been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it useful or helpful, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike, of course. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new and you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.